Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I wanted to share with you a new salmon dish that we've been absolutely loving. We'll be making my smoky chipotle salmon topped with blackberry sauce served with cilantro rice. And this salmon dish is just an explosion of incredible flavors and textures, and it's so easy to make too. We'll start by making our blackberry sauce with some lime zest, lime juice, and some spicy chilies, and then we'll season our salmon with some smoky chipotle chili powder, bake the salmon in the oven, and then we'll serve it over a bed of refreshing cilantro lime rice topped with loads of that delicious blackberry sauce. When I say this dish is incredible, I mean it's simply mouth-watering. The combination of the textures and the flavors make for an unforgettable salmon dish. You are going to love it from the first bite. Don't forget to head on down into the video description box for the recipe link. I'll have all the details up on my website. And now let me show you how to make this amazing dish. We'll need a medium-sized pot to make the blackberry sauce. I have 4 cups of fresh blackberries. You can also use frozen ones for this recipe. Drop them in. Add in a 1/3 cup of white granulated sugar. Pour in 1/2 cup of water. I'll also like to add a little bit of chilies for a touch of spiciness. Add the zest of 1 lime. Squeeze in the lime juice. Need about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of the juice. And a little bit of salt, about 1/2 teaspoon. Mix this all together and we're going to start cooking this over a medium-high heat. Once the berries come up to a boil, I'm going to use a potato masher to crush the berries to form like a berry jam. And let that simmer away. I usually let this cook for about 8 to 10 minutes until the berries have just completely disintegrated and you have a thicker jam. Once the sauce has cooked and reduced, you want to strain it through a fine mesh strainer. I just set mine over a large measuring cup. Pour that in very carefully. Use the back of your spatula to press out all the juices from the seeds. And I like my blackberry sauce to be almost thick like a syrupy glaze, so I'm going to pour this juice back into the saucepan without the seeds this time. And I'm going to cook it low and slow until it thickens into like a syrup. It'll reduce about in half. Next, we could get things started with the rice. I'm using 1.5 cups of jasmine rice. Feel free to use any type of rice that you like. Make as much as you'd like. So for 1.5 cups of rice, I'll be using 2.5 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock. Season with sea salt. And I also love to add a couple tablespoons of butter. Just drop that in. And we'll take this over to the stovetop to cook. And then cook your rice according to package instructions. And now let's prep our salmon. Today I have some beautiful king salmon that I picked up at Costco. I removed the skin from the outside and I portion the large section into individual fillets. Drizzle olive oil generously over the salmon. And this will help all our spices stick to the surface. Season generously with sea salt. And now it's time for the star seasoning for our dish. It's this chipotle chili powder. And I like to add a generous amount of this over the salmon. And make sure to hit both sides. So the top and the bottom and the sides. It's going to add incredible smoky flavor. And chipotle chili isn't too spicy, but it does add this beautiful aroma and flavor. Next, we're going to come in with some dried garlic, dried onion, and freshly ground black pepper. Transfer the salmon onto a baking dish lined with parchment paper. You can also prepare this in an air fryer. Oh, Once you have your salmon ready to bake, go ahead and preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it's nice and hot, in goes the salmon, and bake it until it reaches an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit at the thickest part. Now the timing can really vary across the board depending on the size and thickness of your salmon fillets. For something smaller, maybe about 12 to 13 minutes. For larger ones, I'd go maybe about 18 to 20 minutes. Once your rice is done, remove it from the heat, mix it gently with a wooden spoon, and we're going to add in a couple tablespoons of freshly chopped cilantro and squeeze in some fresh lime juice. Just love the aroma this adds. It just makes this rice so refreshing and delicious. Mix that all together, and then we'll cover this rice back up and it'll be ready to be enjoyed with our salmon. And our salmon is all done, so let's plate it up. Use a spatula to gently lift it off the pan. Place it over a bed of that cilantro lime rice. Drizzle some of that prepared blackberry sauce over the top. I also like to add some fresh blackberries on top. Sprinkle with fresh cilantro. Add some fresh chilies. And add a squeeze of lime juice. This smoky chipotle salmon smells so good. I wish you could smell it through your screens. It's combined with that zesty lime aroma, a little bit of that cilantro, all those berries. It's incredible. I love to add extra berry sauce on mine. I just love the combination of the fruity berry with the smoky chipotle. Pour that over and then dig in to enjoy. I love having lots of chilies. They add a little extra spice. Oh, and the salmon is so incredibly juicy and tender. Scoop up with a little bit of that cilantro rice and dig in to enjoy. Every bite is just an insane explosion of flavor. You have that smoky, spicy salmon, so incredibly juicy, flaky, tender. And then you have that refreshing cilantro lime rice. That fruity berry sauce is it. You have to have the berry sauce on this, and lots of it. Combined with some fresh blackberries, you are gonna be in food heaven with this incredible dish. This incredible salmon dish has been one of our new favorites, and it's going to be my go-to dish this summer. It's so easy to make, and the flavors are just so incredible. I can't wait for you to try it. Don't forget to head on down into that video description box for all the recipe details. Thank you so much for watching my latest episode, and I'll see you next time with a new